Alright, so today we're doing an unboxing of this welding equipment here with my apprentice, Schroeder. He just bought this because he's just getting into it. Alright, here we go.
Starting off, we got the premium pigskin and cowhide MIG gloves. We got Kevlar stitching, and they got some nice drag pads here so that if you want to rest your wrist down, you can easily drag across the table for MIG welding. I got the extra large size just because those felt the most comfortable. You want to make sure you're getting a snug fit, but as well as having the comfortableness of able to weld good. The next thing up is going to be the Black Stallion weld jacket. I went with the black to contrast Jet's. He's got the red jacket, so I went with the black, and as well as a double XL, just so you can fit it under, fit it over sweatshirts or other clothes if it's colder out, then you can always have it.
This is a little nicer one than mine.
So then, obviously, like most, it's just got the buttons, button up, and making sure that you have that flame-resistant patch on the arm.
You also got your
to mark that it will.
and also you got flames on the sleeve to help scare away flames from getting to your arm.
Yeah. So it will be great, and it will protect you. Make sure if any sparks get in you, you're not gonna burn up in there. And the final thing that we have here is the ESAB Savage A40 with a 100 by 50 millimeter wide view range, 4 sensors to help with auto darkening, as well as exterior grind buttons, so you're able to switch very quickly between the modes if you're grinding or if you're welding. There it is. It's just going to have your normal ratchet hood or ratchet headband to help you. And you just push it in, and then you're able to easily loosen it. And then if you're like me and you prefer to wear your hat under your hood, then you can easily tighten it very well and keep it to where as tight as you want or as loose as you want, however you want to have it. So that's everything we got today. We're going to be hopefully getting into some welding here soon on the channel, and you'll see a lot of this gear put to use. And it should be a very good time that we have here. So now we got all of our stuff unboxed with our brand new hood, our brand new jacket, as well as our brand new cowhide gloves. And now we're gonna go ahead give you all a try on, make sure everything's fitting well, make sure it's comfortable so that you're comfortable when you're welding, and therefore you're not gonna be making mistakes,
Possibly causing yourself injury, because when you're uncomfortable, you make bad decisions which can cause yourself harm, which is why I recommend don't try welding without proper supervision.
So then obviously you're going to want to go all the way down your jacket with your buttons. Make sure you're completely sealed up so you aren't getting any sparks in onto your shirt underneath. And then whether or not you do your top button on your collar is completely up to you. If you're having sparks flying out of your stick or out of your weld in general, then you're going to want to button this up just so you don't get any sparks down your collar and then burning your body or your shirt underneath. Now, next thing you're going to do after you put on your jacket, personally I go hood next so that you can have the dexterity to tighten it well enough. Going to flip your hat backwards because it won't fit otherwise. And then just obviously slide it on, do your little ratchet on the back to as tight as you personally want it. I personally go pretty tight with it just to make sure it stays. And then next is going to be your gloves. And you're going to want to make sure to get your cufflinks of your jacket tucked in so that no sparks are getting down inside your gloves or inside your jacket, burning up your forearms or your hands. And this is pretty much all you're going to do. How you're going to get ready to go and weld, and then you're all set to weld, and you're all safe, and you're going to be perfectly fine with sparks flying at you.
Now that we've unboxed Mr. Schroeder here's welding gear, we're going to do a little bit of welding work. So, you ready for this?
Yeah.
All right. decent preheat. Alright. So, alright. Now, Mr. Schroeder here is going to try and strike us an arc.
Right? Yeah. You're just going to strike yourself an arc there. You gotta give her a jam. There you go. Alright. Once you get that one, we can try and get you to do a full bead. Nope, nope. You're pushing down too hard. You don't want to be pushing into the plate. Alright, see.
So, the problem is you're trying to do that. That's what you're trying to do here. You want to do, hold it just over the plate. See? You ruined that one. Okay. So, now, let's try that again.
So, you want to hold it right about like that. Now, you can see what I'm doing here, right?
Yeah.
Do that here. So, lean it back just a little further. There you go. And now once I strike it, you're just gonna watch that puddle form. Ready? Nope, nope, push down too far. You don't want to push into the plate. You just want to lightly brush it. Let me guide you with my hand. Let me pull you around, right? Okay.
Not letting me guide it very well. I'm doing, what? I'm just moving you around.
Oh.
And you're not moving with me.
And then you want to slowly get closer as you go. So, why don't you let out? Why are you pulling back on my hand? So, just go.
From here.
Yeah. Just do some more arch strikes now. So once you get that arch struck and you got it, watch for the puddle to form. You want to do your scratching motion, remember? You gotta watch the puddle, not the arch. So, break the arch, and then watch the metal, not the arch over, okay?
Oh,
There you go. There you go. Now you're doing it.
There you go, Schroeder.
Alright.
I can definitely see
Now-
where that was the first time.
Alright. Now, you're gonna strike an arc and do your puddle. Now once you start seeing the puddle, start slowly moving in any direction, okay? You gotta get closer as it burns. It uses up the electric. Gotta get closer. So you're staying right there on it. Get closer, closer. Ready till you're getting closer.
Like that. Alright. I'm done. See that? How you did that? Yeah. You gotta make sure you're keeping it nice and close. Close enough to where it's leaving metal on the part, but not so close that you're sticking it. See? Well, that's actually a decent looking bead too. So, very important that you watch the puddle, not the arc. The arc doesn't tell you what the weld's doing. The puddle tells you what the weld's doing, because the puddle is the weld. So, what I like to do when I was getting taught and the teacher was giving a demonstration was when he was up here welding, I got down arc level and watched how he was actually manipulating the arc in the puddle. Do you want to try that?
Squat down on that chair. Ready? I'm just gonna.
So could you see how I was moving it around better? Huh?
Oh no.
Huh?
Hot one.
That's because we were around the end of the part. Choose the best shoes, but yeah. So now that I gave you that demonstration, so was it a lot better than you got down on the level and you could actually see what was going on rather than just standing over there? So when you're in, because you're taking classes for this, right?
Yeah.
So when you're at school, make sure you're taking your time and actually getting in there and watching how he's moving, not just watching him weld. Because the teacher or whoever gives you stuff and you're just there, you're not gonna learn anything. He could show you it 1,000 times and they're not gonna know. You're not gonna learn it if you're just standing back 4 feet just watching. But if you get right up there and actually pay attention, then you're gonna start learning. Darn. On there, good. Yep. So, what do you think? You want to try one of these electrodes? They're going to burn differently. Let's try and run one of these ones, shall we? Alright. Well, alright. How about you give the viewers at home a rating on how well you think your gear's doing?
I mean, so far it's going pretty good. I haven't felt any sparks or anything, and you know, even holding the electrode, my hands are staying full, and I'm not feeling any burning through them. So.
So what's an electro?
Alright.
What's an electro?
Electrodes.
The holder here.
Yeah.
How you like your hood?
Hoods. The auto dart's working great, and as soon as an arc strikes, it's going dark even on the oil sparks, and making sure I'm not looking at anything.
Alright. Well, now, folks, we were just welding with some 7018s. Now we're going to start welding with some 6011s. 6011s generally burn hotter and with a more aggressive arc. So this is more likely to dig and get penetration even through like the nastiest dirt and stuff on your part.
hopefully,
you, Mr. Schroeder here and your viewers at home could tell that that weld looked a lot more violent than the first one did. Could you see that?
Yeah.
It's blowing a lot more spray everywhere and sounded a lot more aggressive. Alright, we're gonna try her again. So there's an example of what I was telling you about with these electrodes giving off more of an aggressive arc and getting more penetration. As you can see here, we're only, you can come up close for a second here, camera. You can take a quick hood up. We're not welding. Alright, so as you can see in action, we're looking more at penetration with this one, with its more aggressive arc. As you can see, we got some 3/16 inch material, and this is almost burning all the way through the plate, which is not good, especially if you're trying to keep the plate intact. It's okay for us as a learning experience here, since we're just practicing, but if that was a production part, that would mean you have to go back in and re-weld it.